Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. A pleasant day to each and everyone. So in this video, we will talk about the Unit 7, which discusses the nursing as an art, science, and a caring profession. So dito sa unit na to, pag-aaralan natin bakit nakilala ang field ng nursing as an art, as a science, and a caring profession. So we have here the development of nursing as an art and as a science, okay? So during the scientific revolution in the 17th and 18th century, or the age of reason, the philosophical movement known as French Enlightenment was known to search and understand, control and manipulate nature through rational and empirical means. So during this time or period, it was time na yung mga tao was searching to understand the nature, was to control the nature and manipulate through empirical and rational means. So this revolution changes the physics and astronomy. So the French Enlightenment, or the science of 17th century, was based on a new method of inquiry. It involved mathematical deception of nature and the analytic method of reasoning. The Enlightenment, or the French Enlightenment project, aimed of civilizing all and implementing its ideal of social betterment through the power of reason. So during this period of time, lahat ng gusto nilang mangyari, it's hahanapin muna nila yung purpose or reason nito, tsaka nila gagawin. Kumbaga more on focus sila sa reason bakit gagawin namin to. Ano ba yung makukuha naming benefit dyan, okay? So, ang pag-implement nila para mas mapaganda daw yung society is to search, okay, for the reasons. Why does it happen? Ano yung was in it for us, yung mga ganong ideas, okay? So it is based on beliefs in the universal superiority of the knowledge and values, okay? So there are two way of thinking in art. So ito yung sabi nila. So one's concerning the cultural production of knowledge, and also the art of living, for men to be pursuit of freedom through rational as doers or thinkers. So the separation of art and science occurred in the educational structure that emerged in the Enlightenment with the rise of modern profession. The knowledge has two dimension of art and science within the universities and faculties. So during this time din, na-divide na yung ideals ng art and pagiging science ng isang profession. Not specifically the nursing, but yung mga professions during that time na kumbaga na-differentiate natin bakit pag art siya, ito kasi yung ginagawa. Pag science siya, ganito kasi yon siya. So, mostly, parang sinasabi nila is lahat ng profession is my art side and my science side. Okay? So, both art and science work completely independently. So the search for human perfectively was major issue which linked to a philosophy of humanism, and the human subject was deemed to be male. So usually during this period of time, yung yun na nga 'di ba, yung power to reason, yung pinag-aaralan nila, pinag-researchan nila is mostly male kasi that time male dominant yung ating society, okay? So, the nursing as an art and science during the era of Florence Nightingale. So, the nature of modern art and science has evolved through the influence of our Lady of the Lamp, which is si Florence Nightingale. So, her ideas which rely on the Florence Nightingale School of Thought. Si Florence Nightingale meron siyang School of Thought. She made actually books, okay, kung saan doon niya inintroduce yung kanyang mga theories with all her researches, and paano siya paano dapat ang society ma-recognize ang field ng nursing. So, Florence Nightingale School of Thought was developed and sustained within the nursing training schools. The program was in the hospitals such as Britain, Australia, New Zealand, United States, and other countries. So the nursing education and practice counts nursing as an art by involving the feminine virtues, as the nursing is a female profession or occupation, so science is out of place. So before during the time ni Florence Nightingale, dahil 'di ba that time is yung mga lalaki is nasa nasa war, while as yung mga babae nakatira lang sa bahay, nakastay sa bahay para alagaan yung mga anak, ganun ganyan. So, naging kilala first yung nursing field as a feminine professional. Okay, profession. Para sa mga babae because the idea of taking care of the sick or some individual, yung caring kasi is nagagawa ng mga babae. Okay? Hindi siya nagagawa ng mga lalaki because the men should fight, okay? For their country, okay? For the people. So, ganun yung kwan. So, that time, during the time of Florence Nightingale, yung science is out of place pa. Kasi nga, it is more on art. And because of the feministic na value ng nursing, kaya natawag na art. So, scientific initiative was a male and in the hospital and medical context was belong to the doctor. So, yung scientific side ng pagiging nurse, okay, is nakukuha daw siya out of male. So, which is, pag sabihin natin, yung napapractice ng medicine na lalaki, hindi siya nurse, pero siya ay doctor. So, sa time to ni Florence Nightingale. So during the time then ni Florence Nightingale, we have the Nightingale Training Program. So it was a model for many training school in Britain and overseas. The student nurses argued that qualities of trustworthiness, neatness, quaintness, sobriety, honesty, and truthfulness. So the nurse students through training assured that they didn't wish to take any doctor's function or a male nurse to be exact. Pero dahil yung nurse nga is para sa mga babae, ang tinatawag nila sa mga lalaki that doing the same function of the nurse is doctors. Okay? So Isabella Rathi was the first trained matron of the Melbourne Hospital, noted that we are in great measure the handmaid of the medical men and our function in this particular in this detail. So the division of art and science within the modern secular professional nursing of the Nightingale School of Thought described as a gendered division. So based sa ideals ni Florence Nightingale, yung division ng art and science is based on gender. Pag sabihin nating art, mga babae. Pag sabihin natin yung lalaki yung napapractice ng medicine, it is science. Kasi lalaki nga. Kasi 'di ba yung kanina sinabi ko, during the French Enlightenment, the target of their researches, is a male. Okay? So nursing as a feminine art was developed through character training which resulted of non-assertiveness, obedience, and compliance. So ano yung mga activities na included, bakit nasabi natin that nursing is an art? So, kasama dyan yung pagpapaligo sa ating patient, bed making, position patients, and comforting techniques. While as yung nursing science is more on the nursing courses, okay? Yung the way natin mag-plan out ng activities, okay? So, yung pag may thought doon ng initiative, okay, yung pag-use ng minds ninyo, the critical thinking, doon papasok yung pagiging science na field ng ating nursing. So, nursing education was a task of orientation and the modeling of a set of appropriate attitudes with hospital training schools to produce nurses who exemplifies the feminine ideal. Science is a rational and objective world of men. In medicine, man is a one domain. So, pag sabi natin men subjects, they control the mind. They know how to deal with their minds. While the woman objects is our bodies. Okay? Tayo ay taskful. Okay? Ang sinasabi nila dito is parang somewhat yung mga babae, we tend to act without, kumbaga, minds. Kumbaga, parang sabi nila is, ano ba to? Parang innate na sa ating tumulong, innate na talaga sa ating mag-take care ng mga bata, matanda, may sakit, kahit wala. Okay, so ganun daw yung mga babae. So, hospital education nurse training changed occur and including considerable strengthening of the science context. Limitation appeared related to the generation of nursing as a feminine art that prevents nurses to act as independent subjects. So, before talaga tayo naging independent na profession, naging dependent tayo kasi nga yun na nga yung the one that thinks for us is the doctors, a male nurse. So hindi pa sila naniniwala na yung mga babae can make decision na good, okay? A sound judgment or a good judgment. That's why yung mga lalaki yung pinapaisip nila. So nowadays or in today's era or paano masasabi na nursing is an art and science? So in 1919, four-year entry to program established in the university to ensure the development of knowledge in a systematic and orderly way. So in 1950, training nurse scientist program developed in multiple universities that increased the interest of theoretical and scientific basis of practice. That's why nagkaroon tayo ng mga subjects such as theoretical foundations of nursing. We have the fundamentals of nursing kasi it is more on scientific basis of our practice as a nurse, okay? So in 1950s to 1980s, theories of nursing included in a concept of nursing to understand biological, behavioral, social, and cultural factors in health and illness. So dito pa lang may kita natin na malaki talaga yung contribution ni Florence Nightingale, kaya nga siya yung tinawag natin na ina natin na mga nurses. It's because dahil sa kanya nabigyan ng bridge yung ibang mga theorists na gumawa ng kanilang theory based on their empirical reasons and rational means na maintindihan yung field ng nursing and ma-introduce sa society na hindi lang to pang babae at pwede din pang lalaki at yung mga tinatawag ninyong mga doctors are just male nurses, okay? And also, nursing as a profession that can be independent at hindi pwede or hindi lang basta-basta nakadepende sa decision ng doktor. Okay? So, nursing as an art. Okay? So, the Nightingale School idea was the nature of nursing art as an expression of the essential goodness of feminine virtues persist in the contemporary nursing practice. Again, contemporary po to. Magkamali lang po ng ano to? Contemporary. So, the next one is nursing was called the conscience of the healthcare system. So, the nurses are major keepers of mortality, goodness. I think it's morality morality. Okay? Kasi tayong mga nurses, we are taking care of our patients' moral, okay? And we have this different ethical principles that we are guided with. Okay, so we have morality, goodness, honesty, and ethics of client care. So the healthcare provision believe that nurses exemplify feminine ideal and have wide community support. Okay? So, nursing as an art based kay Munhall. So, in 1982, Munhall reported that nursing identified as a humanistic discipline adhering. So, this is discipline adhering to a basic philosophy focused on individually and believed that the actions of men are in some sense free. So the university-based nursing education in US moved away from Nightingale School to set out philosophy of the discipline to provide the basis for artistic practice. So the nursing education aimed to produce practitioners with both scientific orientation and humanistic in practice. Okay, so another din, report ni Munhall that educational or sinabi niya that educational preparation aims and scope of science and art differ significantly and transfer both to the realistic of practice is a complex process. So, si Holden din, nag-argue siya doon sa statement ni Munhall. He argued that caring role in nursing pushes nursing into the domain of the art. Dahil ang mga nurses ay nagtitake care of sick people, individual people, mapasick or well man yan siya, kasama yan siya sa domain ng arts, hindi sa science. Okay? While si Munhall is ang gusto niya or sinabi niya is somewhat both scientific and art ang nursing. So, nursing that embrace high technology is pushed into the domain of science naman. So, if naman yung mga nurses is into high technologies, okay, they are into the domain of science. So, based naman kay or sinuggest naman ni Jennings, the art and science come together in practice. It's because lahat naman talaga tayong mga nurses, we are capable of embracing the high technology, and also, number one talaga, yung role and responsibility natin sa mga patient natin is to be a caregiver. Hindi yung caregiver na, okay, yung what I meant is we give care for our patient. That's our sole responsibility. Ang alagaan ng ating pasyente. Okay, so nursing as a science. Paano masasabi na the nursing is a science? So it is behavioral science or holistic science and a caring science were the conceptual models for nursing practice and the basis for nursing science. Nursing theories were engaged to develop nursing science knowledge that linked to practice. In 1973, the first national conference support the classification of nursing diagnosis misery. So nursing diagnosis sought to identify and classify the phenomena of nursing. Kasi paano ba tayo nakakapag-diagnose? It is through scientific thinking. It is through critical thinking. We assess the patient, we diagnose, we plan for the activities, we implement those interventions, and we evaluate our intervention. So the development of nursing science has two broad approaches. First approach is defining the domain of nursing theoretically and then testing proposition and empirically. That's why ang dami nating mga foundations na theories, okay? Such as yung theory ni Dorothy Johnson, Jean Watson, Imogen King, Faye Glenn Abdella, okay? Madeline Leninger, Florence Nightingale, so on and so forth. So both approaches were consist with prevailing philosophies of science, okay? So, how about nursing as a science and an art? So, nursing as a contemporary secular profession has developed out of idea about the essential nature of women. Nursing as a science and an art was challenged the shift of nursing education into university in the US to be nursing as a science and an art. Healthcare sectors and clinical area responds to this rapidly transforming for quantifiable indicators of cost effectiveness and quality outcomes. So there have been a collaboration between nursing and other disciplines contributing to the development, evaluation of standardized pathways, and developing evidence-based practice. So kung ngayon, ang nursing is known as an art and as a science. So, pag sabihin talaga natin, science, it's based on researches, yung field ng ganong nurses na into researches, into critical thinking use, okay, into making plans, that is the science part of our field, okay? Pag naman yung art is our responsibility such as being able to care, yung mga services natin sa kanila, okay? Yung pagkikare natin sa kanila, pagbibigay natin sa kanila ng mga medications, pagiging, leader natin, pagiging, advocator nila. So, yung mga roles na yon, that is the art part. Basta more on feminine side, that is the art. So, why nursing is an art? Bakit talaga ba siya tinawag na art? Okay? Again, nursing is an art and a science. Okay? So, pero dito, bakit daw naging art siya? So, nursing is a helping profession. So, or a caring profession. That is a unique, okay? That's what make us unique among all the other profession. Tayo ay helping and a caring profession. We help other people in order to function. Yes, meron tayong mga social workers, ganito, ganyan. However, ang mas nagiging unique sa atin is the essence of caring. So caring and caring alone is the most unique quality of the nursing profession. It is one that delineate nursing from other profession. Kasi may mga profession talaga na helping, such as yung sinabi ko nga na social work. Yes, they help their people, but hindi nila gina-take care 24/7 or whole duration ng kanilang services, yun ang kanilang concern. Ang concern nila, ang tulungan lang yung pasyente, pero yung alagaan, ibang context na yon. Kasi sasabihin na, bakit ko yan naalagaan? Bakit ko alagaan yung may sakit na yan? Nurse ba ako? So, doon pumapasok na, okay, ang nag-aalaga ng mga may sakit, ang nag-aalaga ng mga buntis, tayong mga nurses. So, caring means that people, relationships, and things matter. It is central to all helping professions and enables people to create meaning in their lives. Caring as helping the other grow. So, meaning lang natin, hindi yung nag-aalaga lang tayo ng basta-basta. Tinutulungan natin yung taong mag-grow, maging independent, tumayo sa kanilang sariling paa. So, caring practice involves connection, mutual recognition, and involvement between the nurse and the client. Which is, yan yung wala na sa mga other profession. Yes, nakakatulong sila, but walang connection na katulad ng connection na meron ang nurse at ang isang client. So, we have here the major ingredients in caring. So, paano ba talaga tayo magiging caring sa ating patient? First, the knowing. Kailangan may alam tayo sa patient natin. Kailangan we understand them. Kailangan alam natin ano yung mga pinagdadaanan nila para makarender tayo ng care. Understanding the other's needs and how to respond to those needs. After knowing, you have the alternating rhythms. Pag sabihin natin alternating rhythms, you move back and forth between the immediate and long-term meaning of behavior. Iniintindi mo. Okay, ito ganito siya. Sige, gawin ko na lang to. Ay, bakit na iba na naman yung mood niya? So, may understanding talaga, deep understanding. Another is patience. We enables the other to grow in his or her own way and time. We need to have patience in dealing with our patient. Okay? May mga times na magkakaiba talaga yung recovery ng mga pasyente ninyo. Maaring yung isa madaling turuan, yung isa ang hirap turuan, yung isa matigas ang ulo, yung isa very obedient. So doon, we need to have patience na ma-understand natin na okay, magkakaiba sila. In that time, okay, in that point na binigay kayo or pinahaban niyo yung pasensya niyo, binibigyan niyo ng time yung ibang tao to grow in his or her own way. So next, we have honesty. The awareness and openness to one's own feelings and a genuineness in caring for other. We need to be honest in our patient. Hindi ko sinasabi na lahat ng napapagdaanan mo ay sabihin mo sa pasyente mo. However, kung ano man yung kailangan na malaman niya para kumaga ibibigay sa kanya, kung ano yung gagawin sa kanya, kailangan alam niya. Okay? Then next, we have the trust. Trust is very much important in any relationship, especially in the nurse-client relationship. We cannot build rapport. We cannot build therapeutic relationship if we don't have trust to one another. Next is humility. It is the acknowledging that there is more to learn. Kumbaga mapagkumbaba. Hindi dapat dahil ikaw ang nurse, ako dapat yung masusunod. No. Because there are also things that you can learn out of your patients. Okay, we have hope, the belief in the possibilities of others' growth. Maniwala ka na gagaling yung pasyente mo. Maniwala ka na susundin din niya ang mga advices mo. And lastly is the courage, the sense of going into the unknown. It is very important na may courage tayo na tumulong. Handa tayo, hindi tayo takot. Kasi pag takot tayo, example, katulad nitong pandemic, kung takot tayo, edi sana hindi lahat ng mga nurses or some of the nurses na napapractice hindi sumusuong ng COVID. Okay? Hindi pumupunta sa hospital. Kasi kung takot ka, magsistay ka talaga sa bahay. Pero dahil sa profession mo, hindi ka matatakot. Okay? So these are the 8 major ingredients in caring: knowing, alternating rhythms, patience, honesty, trust, humility, hope, and lastly, courage. Okay, so now let's talk about the nursing theories and caring. So this one, hindi ko masyadong i-end up yung discussion as you had already your theoretical foundation in nursing. Okay, so we have already discussed the different theorists and their theories. Okay, and may mga known lang kasi na mga theories na talagang gitapik nila is the caring. Okay, the caring side of nursing. So we have here si Florence Nightingale, which is the mother of modern nursing. So sa kanya si environmental theory. So the nursing ought to signify the proper use of fresh air, light, warmth, cleanliness, quiet, and proper selection and administration of diet. For Hildegard Peplo, sa kanya yung therapeutic communication or therapeutic relationship. So nursing is a healing art, therapeutic of human relationship between an individual who is sick or in need of health services. So nursing is viewed as interpersonal process because it involves interaction between the nurse and the patient to achieve a common goal. So based naman kay Virginia Henderson, so to assist the individual sick or well in the performance of those activities contributing to health or its recovery or to a peaceful death. So yan na yung mga assist na ginagawa natin. It's either we contribute to their health, for their recovery, or a peaceful death. So based din kay si Virginia Henderson ang nagpakilala ng 14 components of basic nursing care. We have here the 14 basic. Okay, we have breathe normally, eat and drink adequately, eliminate body wastes, move and maintain desirable postures, sleep and rest, select suitable clothes, maintain body temperature, keep body clean and well groomed, avoid dangers in the environment and avoid injuring others, communicate with others, worship according to one's faith, work in such a way that there is a sense of accomplishment, play or participate in recreation, and lastly, learn and discover or satisfy curiosity that lead to normal development. Okay, so we have here kay Lydia Holden. So siya yung gumawa ng theory ng care, core, cure. So the participation in care, core, and cure aspects of patient's care. So the care is the sole function of the nurse, while the core and cure are shared with other members of the healthcare team. The purpose of care is to achieve an interpersonal relationship with the individual that will facilitate the development of the core. So the care is the person, which is the therapeutic use of self of a nurse. Okay, the core is the body or the intimate bodily core, and the cure is the disease. Seeing through the medical care. Okay, so we have here also kay Dorothea RM. So nursing is needed when the self-care demands are greater than the self-care ability. So Dorothea RM sa kanya yung self-care deficit. Okay, sorry, mga self-care. Okay, more on self-care furious. Okay? Sa kanya, paniniwala niya na magiging kailangan yung nursing or presence of nurse if yung self-care ng pasyente or self-care demands ng pasyente ay nagiging mas increased compare sa mga abilities na nagagawa nila. So we have 3 steps of nursing process based kay Dorothea RM. So diagnosis and prescription, design of the nursing system, and planning for the delivery of care and production and management of nursing system. So we have also the 3 classification of nursing system, the wholly compensatory, the partially compensatory, and supportive educative. Pag sabihin natin wholly compensatory, people who are socially dependent on others to exist. Pag sabihin naman natin partially compensatory, both nurse and patient care measures. And lastly, supportive, educative, person is to perform activities of daily living but cannot do without assistance. So, sila yung nangangailangan ng mga assistant. Okay? Next naman, pag kay Dorothy Johnson, the primary goal of nursing is to foster equilibrium within the health-illness continuum. And for Faye Glenn Abdallah, nursing is broadly grouped into 21 problem areas to guide and care and to promote use of nursing judgment. Nursing is a comprehensive service that is based the art and science and aims to help people sick or well cope with their health needs. So ito yung sinasabi na 21 key problems ni Faye Glenn Abdallah. So we have to maintain good hygiene, to promote optimal activity, exercise, and sleep, to promote safety, to maintain good and body mechanics, to facilitate maintenance of happy to facilitate maintenance of a supply of oxygen, and we have here also to facilitate the maintenance of nutrition. Another, we have to facilitate maintenance of elimination, to facilitate the maintenance of fluid and electrolyte balance, to recognize the physiologic response of the body to a disease conditions, we have to facilitate the maintenance of regulatory mechanisms and functions, and we have facilitate maintenance of sensory function. We have also to create and maintain a therapeutic environment, to facilitate awareness of self as an individual with varying needs, to accept with optimum possible goals. Next is to use community resources as an aid in resolving problems. And lastly, to understand the role of social problem as influencing factors. So based naman kay Imogen King, process of action, reaction, and interaction whereby the nurse and patient share information about their perception in the nursing situation. Para naman kay Martha Rogers, nursing is an art and science that is humanistic and humanitarian, and nurses should participate in the process of change. Based kay Sister Callista Roy, nursing is the promotion of the adaptive responses in relation to the four adaptive reactions or adaptive models. We have first the self-concept, next is interdependence, third, physiologic function, and lastly, role function. Again, we have physiologic, psychological, social, and economic. So the next one kay Jean Watson. Nursing is concerned with promoting health, preventing illness, caring for the sick, and restoring health. Caring is defined as a nurturant way of responding to a valued client with whom the nurse feels commitment and responsibility. Next, we have Madeline Leninger. Nursing is a learned humanistic and scientific profession and discipline which is focused on human care phenomena or the concept of transcultural or ethno-nursing. So, siya yung nag-introduce, no? Ethno-nursing or transcultural nursing. So, yun ang pinakalas na part ng ating discussion for this unit. So, I hope na may naintindihan. So, ito yung part 1 because I will make another video for our part 2 which will be discussing the self-concept or self-awareness, the therapeutic relationship, and also the therapeutic communication. So, I hope you have understood the topics. If ever may mga questions kayo regarding sa inyong sa mga theorists, okay, you may scan your books on TFN if you do have, or scan your lectures kasi ando doon naman kasi na-discuss naman yun siya. Hindi ko siya diniscuss in depth kasi nga tapos na yung TFN. So diniscuss ko lang siya, hinighlight ko lang tong mga theories na to. It's because these are the theories that focused on the caring side of nursing. Okay? So thank you for watching this video and I hope you have a nice day.